Welcome students in our today's online English class. Today we are going to study a poem for the students of class 10th. The name of the poem is The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Here, Custard is the name of a dragon. The poem is written in a style of a ballad. What is a ballad? Ballad is a song or a poem that tells us a story. So this poem or this ballad is a humorous one. Let us begin the poem. We will see the difficult word meanings, explanation of the poem, and in the end, we will see the rhyme scheme of the poem and literary devices used in the poem. So let us begin. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon, and a really truly little pet dragon. Here, wagon means a cart. Realio and Trulio means really and truly. Both of the words are altered by the poet to create rhyme in the poem. Let us see the explanation. Belinda is a girl who lived in a little white house with her four pets: a little black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little pet dragon. And she had a little red cart or a wagon. Let us see the next stanza. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called him Blink, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, she called him Custard. Here poet described name of the pets. The name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the name of the grey mouse was Blink. The dog was Mustard because its color was yellow as like as mustard seeds. The dragon was coward, so Belinda called him Custard. Let us see the next danger. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on the top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace, chimneys for a nose, and realio trulio daggers on his toes. Here, spikes means thin points on the body, daggers means small sword. Custard, the dragon, has big sharp teeth and spikes on the top of his body, and there are scales over her stomach. His mouth has been compared to fireplace because it is assumed by the poet that dragons can release fire from their mouth, and his nose is compared to a chimney from which the smoke comes out. His toes are so pointed and sharp that they could cut anything like a dagger. Let us see the next danger. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a raid, but Custard cried for a nice safe case. Here, barrel means drum, a container to keep liquids. Rage means anger. In these lines, the poet compares the bravery of all the characters of the poem. Belinda's bravery is compared to the bravery of a group of bears. Ink and Blink, despite being so small in size, have the power to chase away lions down the stairs. Mustard bravery is compared with that of an angry tiger. But Custard is completely opposite to all of them. He was coward who always demanded a safe case. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon, at the really or truly or cowardly dragon. Here, tickled means to touch a body part to create laughter. Percival was a warrior in King Arthur's court. Here, Blinda tickled Custard. She tickled him unmerciful, unkindly. Ink and Blink and Mustard made fun of Custard by comparing him to Percival. Percival was one of the best knights of King Arthur's court who was known for his courage and bravery. All of them sat together in a little red wagon and made fun of Custard. They laughed at his cowardice. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Here, giggled means laughed. Belinda laughed a lot at the dragon. It seemed that the house was shaking due to her laughter. Blink, the mouse, used to laugh and make a sound of weak. Ink and Mustard rudely asked the dragon's age, when the dragon cried for a nice safe case for himself. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meouch! Cried Ink, and oh! Cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Here, nasty means bad or unpleasant. Pirate means robber. Window is used for window. While all of them were busy making fun of Custard, they heard an unpleasant sound from the house. Mustard, the dog, growled, and they all looked around. Ink cried, Meouch! Oh! Cried Belinda, as they saw a pirate climbing in the window. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Cutlass means a small sword. In this stanza, the description of the robber is given. The appearance of the pirate seemed very dangerous. He carried pistol in both hands, and he was carrying a small sword between his teeth. He had black beard, and his one leg was of wood. His looks made it very clear to the housemaid that the pirate meant to harm the people and pets living there. Belinda paled and she cried, Help, help! But Mustard fled with a terrified yell. Ink tickled down to the bottom of the household, and little mouse blinked strategically mousehold. Here, fled means ran and strategically means cleverly. Belinda became pale after seeing the pirate, and she cried for help. While all her brave pets could not help her, and everyone ran away from there. Mustard made a huge cry, yell, and he ran away. Ink ran down toward the bottom of the house, and Blink very smartly ran into his hole. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like iron in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Here, snorting is a sound produced by an engine. Dungeon is an underground prison. Squim means to move in a twisted manner. Robin is a bird. When everyone ran away on seeing the pirate, it was the coward dragon Custard who came to rescue the Belinda and fought the pirate bravely. He jumped in front of pirate and made a loud sound, angry sound through his nose like an engine. He started to move his tail powerfully, producing a sound like iron or metal striking in a dungeon, in a prison. With all these dangerous sounds, he followed the pirate like a bird follow worm. The pirate gabbled at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired two bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Here, grog means wine, flagon means a silver container to keep the drink. Gobbled means swallowed. The pirate stared at Belinda's dragon with open mouth. He drank some wine from a container that he carried in his pocket. The pirate then took out pistol and fired two bullets at Custard, but he failed to hit him. Finally, Custard swallowed or ate the pirate. Belinda embarrassed him, Mustard licked him, no one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee and Garrett around the dragon that ate the pirate. Mound means grieve, glee means happiness, and great means make circular movement. Everyone celebrated the death of the pirate. Belinda hugged Custard and Mustard licked him affectionately. No one felt sorrow for the pirate. Ink and Blink started dancing in joy around the dragon who had eaten the pirate. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been three times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Here, flustered means got nervous. So now we get to know who is coward and who is brave. The incident clarifies who is coward and who is brave. Mustard said that he would have been twice brave, and if he had not been nervous. After this, Ink and Blink said they would have been thrice as brave as Custard. Custard agreed and said that everybody there was braver than him. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her realio trulio little pet dragon. Here poet describes that Belinda still lives in her little white house with her four little pets, a little black kitten, a little grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a little pet dragon. And she had a little red wagon. Belinda is as brave as full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase Lion down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rig, but Custard keeps trying for a nice safe case. Here, poet describes that Belinda is as brave as a group of bears. Ink and Blink, although they are small, but they can chase away lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as Tiger in anger, and Custard still keeps crying for a knife safe case. So that's all for the explanation of the poem. Now we will see the rhyming scheme of the poem and the literary devices used in the poem. First of all, we will see the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B B C C D D E E F F G G H H, and it followed in the whole poem. Next instance of simile in the poem. Here, sharp as mustard, mouth like a fireplace, Belinda was as brave as barrel full of beers, Mustard was as brave as a tiger, and snorting like an engine. We can see simile here. Next poetic device is repetition. We can see the repetition of little word. Look, there is the repetition of little word. We can see the repetition of realio, trulio many times in the poem. We can see the repetition in custard cried for a knife safe case. This line is also repeated many times in this poem. And one more instance is the repetition of suddenly word. Next poetic device is metaphor. We can see metaphor here. Chimneys for a nose. Metaphor is used. The whole poem is personification because ink, blink, mustard, and custard, they all are shown like the qualities of human being. All of these creatures used to convey their messages, they used to talk in this poem. Next poetic device which is used in the poem is alliteration. We can see the instance of alliteration. He held his here. Alliteration is used in these words. Next poetic device is used in the poem is onomatopoeia. Here, meouch, oh, and weak, they are the sound words. That's why here is onomatopoeia. So that's all for the day, students. I hope you like this video.